fabulous and amazing day to shine and make sure that you are living life intentionally and on purpose. I'm super excited about your future, and as I promised you yesterday, we are going to talk about the 4 C's of saying yes to your opportunities. I really wanted to share with you the 4 C's of saying yes to your opportunities because I was speaking with a client the other day, and she talked to me about how she was feeling afraid to say yes to an opportunity that she was offered at her current job. This opportunity would advance her career tremendously. And I'm gonna share with you what that was in just a second. But thinking about the opportunities that you have presented to you, that you've had presented to you in your lifetime, how many of those opportunities did you say yes to? How many of those opportunities did you decline because of fear, because of the unknown? What was on the other side of that opportunity? The time that you would have to invest in that opportunity. I want to share with you how my client had that same fear, and thankfully we talked about it in our consultations together, because otherwise that fear would have consumed her. And so the opportunity was for her to travel first class with the corporate people of her company. And so they were going to the headquarters in Austria. Now, mind you, my client has never flown before, ever. The only time she's been to the airport was to pick up a dog that she ordered online. So she's never flown before. So the fear of flying, of course, because she'd never done it before, was one of her fears. The fear of her not being with her daughter for 2 weeks was another legitimate fear or worry or concern. The other fear was how were things going to be when she got to Austria? You know, what were the people like? Everything you can imagine, okay? But I looked at her and I said, "You're going to Austria? Do you know how many people live in this country that will never go to Austria?" In fact, I was trying to get on that plane with her. And so I told her, I said, look at this opportunity in a different way, because number one, you leaving your daughter for 2 weeks, that's not in your control. That's not necessarily in your control. You flying, I don't know how else you're going to get to Austria unless you fly. So that's not in your control. So let's look at the positives and the opportunities that this is going to give you. And so after talking about that with her, it kind of eased her anxiety a little bit. But I want to talk to you about what it takes to say yes to your opportunities so that you can transcend to the next level. Now, this opportunity could be an opportunity in your career, in your relationships, in your spiritual life, or just in pursuing your purpose so that you are in line and aligned with your higher calling. So let's get started. So the first C I want to share with you is conviction. Conviction is something or some things that you firmly hold on to. When you ask yourself, what do I stand for? Against all odds, against whatever other people are doing, this is what I stand for, and I stand firmly on this. That's a conviction, and that's something that no matter what, this is something that you believe and you're going to pursue guns blazing, okay? This is your conviction, and I'm going to show you how your conviction is going to play a part in the next 3 C's. A lot of times when you have a conviction about something, especially about your purpose, you're not wishy-washy. You are determined and you are steadfast on that conviction. The next C is courage. It takes courage to stand with your convictions. It takes courage to make yourself rich. And when I talk about rich in any of my videos, in any of my coaching sessions, in any of my mastermind group sessions, rich means Realizing I create happiness. 7-Day Discovery Challenge helps you to discover that you realize that I create happiness. The greatest love of all is within inside of you, folks. So when you realize that I create happiness, you get the courage that you need to say yes to your opportunities, no matter what. Because you understand that your happiness does not come from an outside physical source. Your happiness and your joy and your peace comes from within you. God gave it to you. You were born with it. It's in your DNA. So once you realize that, saying yes will take courage. You begin to live life intentionally. You begin to live life unapologetically. Earlier in my journey, I used to think about how people thought about me, and what would they think about if I make this decision? What would they think about if I say that or make that decision or behave this way? And it ruled and it governed my life. I didn't have my own convictions. I had the convictions of others, and that ruled my life. But now I have my own convictions. I don't really care about what people think about me and my decisions, because I have my own convictions, and so I now have the courage to live life unapologetically. When I make decisions, it's based off my convictions, and it's based off of the courage to live life with intention, on purpose, unapologetically, not because of what other people may think or feel or whatever, because I now realize that I create happiness. Okay? So I know that was a lot to swallow, but think about that for a minute. Courage, it takes courage to say yes, because I'm gonna tell you, sometimes saying yes to an opportunity may go against what everybody else think, what everybody else believes, but you have the courage to say yes. And that leads me to the next C, which is confidence. When you get a confirmation of walking in your purpose, of living life unapologetically and living your life to please Him, then you have more of a confidence. You can walk with your head held high because you have that confidence to know that I'm doing this for a higher calling. This is your why. Do you know what your why is? What is your why? This is something I want you to think about. 7-Day Discovery Challenge. I want you to think about, what is your why? Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you work where you work? Why do you respond to people the way you respond to people? Why? What is your why? What is your higher calling? Because that has to be at the forefront of your mind when you make decisions. It has to be in line with that. That confidence to succeed, that confidence that it has, that you have to be successful, is because most people that are successful, they're successful because they're determined. They are intentional about living on purpose, living with purpose. There's some people, yes, they are born to succeed, but most of us, we only succeed because we are determined to succeed. We purpose in our hearts, and we have convictions about being successful. When you have that, it creates the enthusiasm to get up and put your feet on the ground in the morning, because you know that you have a job to do. You know that you have a higher calling. Which leads me to commitment. That commitment is another thing that gets you up in the morning and sets you on your way, because you're committed to the calling that you have on your life. Okay? I don't care what that calling is. If that calling is for you to knit 100 hats a month, because you want to provide caps for the babies in a hospital. As long as you're committed to that, that is your calling, that is your higher calling, that is the purpose that you have. And so when you're committed to that, you do whatever it takes to fulfill and follow through on your responsibilities. That's your commitment. So it takes all 4 of these C's to say yes to your opportunities. When you have all 4 of these C's in your life, you won't have a problem. You won't be afraid to say yes to the opportunity. These 4 C's are essential for you to be a winner. Have you ever known anyone to leave a legacy of quitting? No. People that quit do not leave a legacy. People that never give up leave a legacy. So I want to encourage you that your dedication and commitment is all a part of you growing and transcending into the next level. Your dedication and commitment. And your dedication and commitment, and you watching these videos, you doing the 7-day discovery challenge, that is part of you living life on purpose, because you're getting more experience, you're getting the help that you need, you're getting the structure that you need, and most importantly, you're getting the clarity that you need so that you know exactly where you're going and how to overcome the obstacles in your life. My client that I mentioned to you earlier, when we had our coaching session, when she mentioned her fears and her frustrations, or just her uncertainty about saying yes to her opportunity, us meeting and talking about this allowed her to understand that this opportunity was much, much bigger than her fears and her anxiety and her worries. It was much bigger than that. This opportunity was going to get her to the next level, for her to have a legacy to share with her daughter and her kids and her children's children. This first step advances her to another level. So this can be the same thing for you. Make sure that you have an environment of support where you are encouraged to make sure that you're living life intentionally so that you can transcend to the next level. I look forward to hearing about your successes, and I'm super excited about your future. Of course, if you would love to be a part of the 7-day discovery challenge with the rest of the lovely friends of mine, then make sure you click on the link above and schedule and sign up and get registered. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will talk to y'all soon. It's time for you to shine, baby. Peace.